Hey, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. If you do even some basic electrical work around your home, there's a couple of testers you gotta have. They're inexpensive, and the value and the safety they deliver is well worth it. Stay tuned, and I'll tell you all about it. Hey, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. Recently, Dirt Farmer Maggie and I did an episode where we showed you how to replace a hardwire smoke detector. And when we were showing that, we were showing a kind of tester that is commonly used by electricians that when you touch bare wires, it'll tell you whether there's voltage or not. And it works very well, but they're kind of pricey. And one of our viewer family members wrote in, Bill, Handyman Bill. And he wrote in, he said, yes, using the electrical meter to test wires is good, but the first test would be use a, quote, non-contact voltage sniffer, end of quote, approximately $10 to put it up next to each wire to detect any voltage present without having to take the wire connectors off and possibly getting shocked if the voltage isn't turned off to the circuit. Bill, Handyman Bill, you're exactly right. And that is a great tester to get. And we have one right here. Now, this is what's called a non-contact voltage tester. So you can see right here, it's an AC voltage detector. And what this does, why we say non-contact, you do not have to touch it to the wires. All you have to do is get close, whether it's an outlet, a switch, a wire, extension cord, or so forth, and it's going to indicate to you that there is voltage there. And you can see right here, there's kind of like a little meter area that the more those are lit up, the higher the voltage or the stronger the current that is there. So we're going to go ahead and show this to you. Tester number one, and I've done this just using a power strip right here. The power strip, instead of having you come around and look at different outlets and stuff, we're just going to show him right here. When you turn this tester on, you're going to go ahead and indicate something's on. And as soon as I get near, by the way, on a standard plug configuration in the United States, the narrow side is where the voltage is flowing. Okay, so look at here. I'm not touching. It's just letting me know. Now let's shut this off. Notice down here I don't have anything, but as I get closer to where the switch is, and certainly as I go up and down the cord, I've got power. Again, down here, kind of run out. It's seeing a little bit of something bleed off. There it is. Let's turn it back on, and we definitely have voltage. Now there's a little spade at the end right here that allows you to push it in if you really want to see there's juice. And then look at here. It's letting you know, both by light and sound, that there's juice there. So these are really great. And this one cost me around $15. Home Depot carries some from Klein. There's different manufacturers, but these voltage, what Bill Handyman Bill called sniffers, are great little tools that every homeowner should have for basic electrical testing. Why? You just don't want to be working with live circuits. It's foolish. And I've heard of different people, different electricians, we affectionately call them Sparkies, that say, oh, you can work with voltage. That's not a good way to approach things, especially for us mere mortals, just do-it-yourselfers. Okay, so that's tester number one. Tester number two is this polarity tester, and these come in two different versions. One is the simple one, like this, has three different lights on the end, two yellows and a red. If the red lights up in any way or shape or form, you have the hot in the wrong place, okay? The power supply in the wrong place in the plug configuration, the receptacle. So you have these that'll show, and I'll demonstrate it in a moment. The other type is with a ground fault, or GFCI, a ground fault circuit interrupter tester, where there's an additional button. You plug it in, you push the button, and it trips the GFCI to test that indeed that circuit is operational and is running protected. So this one is the one without the GFCI protector. But what this does is it tells you in an outlet if there's current running, and secondly, if it is configured the correct way. And if you look close here, there's a little legend right on the front there that tells you the different combinations of what is happening there. And the bottom one right down here is the correct configuration. The red should be off, the two yellows should be illuminated, indicating the polarity is correct and the wiring is configured correctly, and you've got continuity going the right way through everything. So here we go. We're going to plug this in and see what we get. Well, there you go. We've got juice. We have these two correct. So that means that not only is this device correct, but the outlet that it's plugged into. Now, I want to throw in a bonus for you. No extra charge for this. There's actually a third detector. If you're going to do a serious amount of work, you're remodeling, you find yourself working with electrical circuits ongoing, one of the most pesky things is trying to locate where the breaker is in your panel box for the circuit you're working with, the receptacles you're working with. And unless you've got a good helper, or you like the exercise of getting up and running back and forth, and or getting somebody else on a cell phone and saying, is it on? Is it on? Well, there's a much better way. The next tool right here, which is not that expensive, depending on the model you get, $40 or under, is a circuit breaker finder. And what you do is you plug in the transmitter into an outlet in the area that you want to know where the corresponding breaker is in your breaker box or panel. And then you take this tester, or excuse me, this receiver, and after turning it on, as you can see, you're going to take this and wave it around. So we're going to go ahead and plug this in. And I'm going to go down and find it in the circuit panel. Here you can see that I am weaving the receiver back and forth across the face of the breakers until I come across the breaker, and now the receiver sounds and lights up, indicating where this is. Having these detectors are a great addition to your electrician's toolbox. You should have them. Do you know that you also should change your smoke detectors no less than every 10 years? And if you have hardwired detectors, you need to check out this video where we show you step by step how to replace them, put in the backup battery, and make it all safe again. While you're at it, check out our website at dirtfarmerj.com for merchandise, great hats, shirts, coffee mugs, and extended content, blogs, and all sorts of extended articles. Until the next time, this is Dirt Farmer J from dirtfarmerj.com.